Hello,
Hey, how you doing?
Raleek. How are you? Oh
Can
my
you hear
God.
me?
Yes, I can hear
Oh
you. Can you
wow.
hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
Amazing.
I can hear you good.
Amazing, amazing. So basically what I'm doing right now, let me explain myself, by the way. My name is
Okay.
Lauren. Yes, I'm so happy that we're doing this live together.
Thank
Actually,
you. It's a pleasure.
oh my God, I'm so excited. I'll tell you a little bit about like who I am and like why we're doing this live. But so what I wanted to tell you was right now, I do a
Yes.
lot of lives on TikTok. So I'll have like 60 to 100 people depending on the situation, but I don't do lives on Instagram usually.
Okay.
So what I'm doing right now is I have TikTok on my laptop that's live,
Okay.
and I have Instagram on my phone. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the camera where you'll only still see me on this phone, but
Okay.
TikTok's also watching if
Okay.
you're okay with that.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, that's
Okay.
perfect. Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing.
That's
Raleek, I'm so happy. You know why? Because this is the first live I'm doing with a guest. And
oh
like,
wow.
yes, this is very, very exciting for me
Wow.
because I saw you, by the way. Of course, we like follow people that we have some sort of connection with.
Yes.
So when I saw
Right.
you, I was like very blown away because I researched you like quite a bit, a little bit, and knowing that you were 19
Yeah.
and that you've been vegan for 9 years, first of
Yeah.
all.
Well, now it's 10 actually. It's 10 now. Yeah,
Kudos to
it's 10.
that. 10.
Y-
I love that.
Yeah,
Amazing.
because I
So
started
good.
at 9. So,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
so cool.
I think it's gonna be
Congrats.
10 in well, it's close to 10. It's gonna be 10 around in June, I think. Around
Oh my
June.
God.
Yeah.
That's more than me also, and I'm a lot older than you. I'm
Oh wow.
33. Um, yeah, I've been vegan for I think like 6 years now. Yeah.
That's still a long time.
The reason why I want to do this and the reason why I was happy you were like one of my first because I handpicked people that I think would really resonate with not just influencers and other people that have like-minded but like everyday people. You based on like the page I saw that I've like got to see your photos and like I got to see some videos of you on TikTok. You seem
Yes.
so real and super, super genuine.
Thank
And
you.
yes, and I love that. I love that about you. And I really want to know your story because there's so many layers to you that seem so interesting. Like you being vegan since you were, I'm now saying, I'm thinking what, like 10, right?
Yeah, it's around 10. It's very, very, very close to 10 years.
That's
Yeah.
That's crazy because I got to watch some videos of you on TikTok and I saw because I was thinking, is it a family thing? Like, did he grow up vegan or was it based on a religion? Like everybody has different backgrounds. But then
Right.
I saw a video of how you have a significant history, a family history of like your dad who has suffered from some health scares and other diseases, and you started being vegan at
Yeah.
a young age and then you changed your family dynamic where they
Right.
are eating
Yeah, I
plant-based.
discovered it. I discovered it kind of. It was crazy. I was so young. I was just interested in being just curious, and it just came to me, you know.
That
Yeah,
is
that's just
awesome.
crazy. How young. And I still love the non-vegan foods. I'm just not I'm just confused on how out of nowhere like something clicked in my mind. Like I want to turn vegan for some reason.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
and I
is
saw a few other boxers do it too,
yeah.
but I don't know what I just even when I was also my mom told me when I was like 4 or 5 years old for some reason I wanted to turn vegan and I did it for like a week and then my mom made me go back.
No, really?
Yeah.
So even at that time, like 5 years old, you were already thinking about health and
Yeah,
like
for
plant-based
some reason I don't
foods.
know. It's
Did
crazy.
she did she know anything about like
Nah,
on
she
her
didn't know
end?
anything about it.
That's so fun. But
Yeah.
does she know like maybe because like at 4 or 5 you like don't maybe know why you were thinking that way? Did she know something in
Well,
your like journey as a
my
young
sister, she
person?
did like vegetarian a little
Oh,
bit.
okay.
That's maybe why it influenced me a little bit, but at the same time, like I still like that type of food, so I don't
Yeah.
know why I was
Yeah.
just up and want to do that out of nowhere.
Wow.
Like it's something just clicked, just wanted made me want to do it, and I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will. That's so awesome. This is what makes like when I saw your page, like I said, you stood out to me because you're really young and like you're a pro now. I
yeah,
saw, Has that been a year
Yeah,
or more than a year? Like,
that's almost been a year. I started my first professional bout in August, and then my second one was in February. I was supposed to have another fight,
yeah.
and that was like 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
But the guy left out of nowhere, so I didn't get the fight on.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so we trained. We was warming up, right, ready to go to fight. 30 minutes before we was about to fight, apparently he just left, up and left out of nowhere.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy. That's
that's
crazy.
wild.
That is so wild. And also, I mean, we're gonna dive back to the beginning for sure because I want to like process it all because like I said, I think first of all, somebody your age, like 19, but before that being 10, like making such a transition and sticking to it, like in
Yeah,
those
you really got to be
environments.
creative a lot of
Yes.
times. Yeah,
Yes. I always say like the most creative food and cooking is like plant-based because you want to make it taste so good for everybody that
right.
you go above and beyond. You like go that extra mile. But
Yeah,
when they do, it's so good. It's like
right,
incredible.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to be way more creative than a regular person.
So what did I want to ask you about that actually? So when you started out, so we're gonna go back in time. By the way,
Person. Okay.
yeah, we're gonna go back from the beginning, but I also want to explain a little bit about me because I'll explain why I'm doing this. So I am a doctor who's also a nurse.
Okay.
I was in the hospital, working in the hospital in the ICU for years, like a good probably 10 years.
Okay.
And I've seen the most sick, like the sickest patients, like very sick,
Oh
heart
wow.
disease, diabetes, like people that are in their 40s, like have like a foot cut off, because like,
Wow, that's crazy.
yeah, and even like younger, like 30s with like massive heart attacks. And, that's the way a lot of the reason why some of these people are so young and so sick so early is because of their diet.
Right.
It's because of their lifestyle and their diet and the way that they eat. It's the American standard diet.
Yeah,
And
it's not good.
no, it's not. And I've noticed, after so many years, and this is a lot of the reason why I went vegan and plant-based was seeing so many people so sick for so many years and realizing it's all the saturated fat, like the heavy meat, like the cheese. And our American society tells us to eat this way. Like they say, oh yeah, like, even the Cancer Society will put like recipes with like a melon and like bacon wrapped around. And, it blows my
Yeah, that's
mind.
crazy.
It's crazy because, as I'm sure you've maybe seen some documentaries of like
Yeah,
some
for
of the,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I bet I actually wanted to know if you've ever seen the Game
I
Changers
seen that.
because
Yeah, I
I
seen
bet you
that.
have.
I
I
actually
bet you
met
have.
the I think the owner, I forget his name, the owner of he has a protein supplement. He has a protein company. He sent me some protein out.
No
Yeah.
way, really? That's
Yeah, yeah,
awesome.
the owner of the one that I don't know what it was, the guy that was like behind all the game changer stuff. Like
Yeah,
yeah, I forget his name, but he sent me some protein.
that's
Yeah.
awesome. Did you,
Yeah.
what was do you remember the
The
brand?
brand is called
Something
Fighter. That's
blind?
one thing I do remember. Fighter. Fyta.
FYT.
Fighter protein powder. Yeah.
Awesome.
And he sent me that. It was a couple years ago. And I
That's
definitely
awesome.
did watch the Game Changers. I watched a lot of the other ones, Forks Over
Yeah,
Knives,
yeah,
a few other ones, a
yeah,
few other ones that I forgot. But I know I
yeah,
watched like about five of them when I first started.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah,
I know, and
just
there it's
cause I did all my research, and then my dad helped me with the research and stuff. Cause I was just going off for curiosity. Then my dad helped me with like the research side and like more of that side. Cause I just wanted to do it, and really get in the real technical part of it.
yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
so
hear you.
my dad
I
helped me with that side
That's
too, for sure.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's really awesome. Yeah, because when you were young and maybe when you were first starting out, of course, like you don't know how to do research and all that
yeah,
stuff. I mean, we're
nah, not
talking like
really.
no, you were like really young. So it's really great that you had a dad that supported you on this journey because I feel like there are some people out there that want to be plant-based and know they want to take control of their health and their fitness level, which I want to get to like your whole fitness journey and stuff.
Right.
And they don't know how to do it. And then they also don't have family that's like
Yeah,
supportive.
because and then if
So
your whole family's doing something, then you're gonna be like, if you over here eating what salads or whatever healthy stuff, fruits and all that, and then you just beginning and you don't even know how to get creative in the
Yeah.
kitchen, and then you're seeing
Yes,
all the other foods. So while you're over here eating a boring salad and they're eating something else, you're obviously gonna go for the
exactly.
other thing that you're used to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I feel like we've all been there when we're first starting out, like, you don't know how to do it, but then the more that you look into things, the more you get to know about stuff, you're like, oh my God, there's really such a wide range of variety of food that you can
Right.
eat that is good for you, but also can be like fun. Like the first time I ever had anything plant-based, I was in Colorado. I was travel nursing because that's when I was still like being a nurse. And I tried a raw vegan cheesecake and I ate it and I thought it was so
Mhm.
amazing. And I was like,
Yeah.
this is raw vegan. Like I couldn't even wrap my head around it that that was vegan, but also
Hmm.
raw.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it really is crazy how creative you can get with plant-based food. It's
Yeah,
really,
you can get very, very
oh
creative.
yeah,
It's almost endless.
it's endless.
At the stuff you can do. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I be finding recipes almost every day, searching.
I know, I
Yeah.
know. It's funny. I do so much with like my own recipes and stuff, and then you probably have like your go-to quick things that you know is going to be good for you and like that you like,
Right.
and then like you can dabble in some other things that
Right. I
like
feel
might
like
be.
one of my go-tos is I like quinoa and like chickpeas, I think. I
Yeah,
like quinoa chickpeas. It's pretty quick.
yeah,
I
super
like to
quick.
do that, whip it up quick. Put a
That's
little sauce on it, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
something
That's
quick.
such a, and it has everything. It has fat, it has carbs, it has protein. So for you, like to fuel your energy and like for your boxing matches and everything, I'm
Yeah.
sure like that's a
Yeah.
good quick
Yeah.
like meal that you like.
And sometimes I like to use the chickpea pasta. That's very high
Me
protein too.
too.
Yeah, the
Same.
chickpea pasta is very good.
I
I
love
like
chick.
to do that before my fights.
That's
Yeah,
that's actually great because now
yeah,
you're having the protein and the carbs and like done.
yeah,
Like
yeah. It's perfect.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's perfect. You know what I want to recommend because you were just bringing up chickpea pasta. Have you ever used Explore Cuisine with the black spaghetti?
Oh
Have you ever
no, I
seen that?
never heard of
I'm gonna send that to you when this live is
that.
done. You will love it. Now
Nah, I
that I
never heard of
know,
that one.
yeah,
I
now
never
that I
heard
know
of
some of the type
that
of
one.
food you eat, and if you think chickpea pasta is good, oh, you're gonna love this. If you like spaghetti, which I feel like you
Yeah,
might.
yeah, I like
So who
spaghetti
does?
for
Who
sure.
doesn't like spaghetti? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like who doesn't?
yeah.
So I will definitely send you the brand because it's so good, and I have to say it really tastes like it almost mimics pasta exactly the same, but
Oh
it's
wow.
yeah, but it's just soybeans and water, like the way it's made. So I know you know everything about macros because you're an
Yeah,
athlete. So
yeah, for sure.
yeah, I
I be
know.
on that. I be on
Oh,
it.
I know you're
Yeah.
all up on that game. I know that for sure. So with a regular standard, like I think it's 2 ounces of the pasta,
Mhm.
it's 18 grams of protein.
Oh wow. How many
18
calories for
grams.
that?
What'd you say?
How many calories is in that?
180.
Oh, that's pretty
It's
good.
dope. It's
Yeah.
so good. Yeah, and they
I'm
throw
gonna
in
need
it,
to check that
chickpea
out.
seeds, and it mimics it. And what's really good about it is too when you like boil it and stuff, like it really like fluffs up. So it's so much more filling because obviously there's so much protein and it's really made out of like beans and
Yeah.
stuff. So you still live in your
Yeah.
house, right?
Yeah.
With your
Yeah.
parents. Awesome. Where do you
Yeah.
live, by the way? Are you in New York?
I'm in New York. I'm in Brooklyn, New York right
Oh
now.
yes, I'm in Brooklyn, New York too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
That's
that's so
crazy. I
great.
didn't know that.
I know. See,
Yeah.
it was really funny because I was looking at some review. I'm like, I saw him. He's in Queens. I'm like, he's a New Yorker. I
Now,
could tell. I could tell.
but I used to live in Queens and
Very
Brooklyn. It's kind of
cool.
like I lived in Queens the first half when I came because when I first came to New York, I was living in Virginia, so that's where a lot of
Oh,
my family's at. Then
okay.
I moved to New York, Queens. Then the rest of the half, about like 5 years now, six
Yeah.
years, I've been in
Oh,
Brooklyn.
okay. Very nice. Very nice. I
I go to
love
a
it.
lot of
Yeah.
vegan restaurants in
Yeah.
Manhattan. I'm not sure if you heard of Urban Vegan. I'm not sure
Yes.
if you look on my page and see. The
It's
first
so,
time I ever went there
yeah.
was when the owner invited me out there about probably around 8 years ago, and they've been one
No
of my
way.
sponsors throughout almost my whole career. They've been helping
That's
me out big time.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I love this. I'm like learning so much more about you because obviously you're not like just a regular vegan person, which I also love that you throw in like obviously boxing is your primary,
Oh
that's
yeah,
your
for
mode
sure.
of making money and growing in social media and all that. But like in your the title of your page, you're young vegan boxer. So like you're not just trying to say, hey, I'm a boxer, but you're proud to say vegan for 9 years. Like
Right,
I love that. I
right.
love that. It really, I feel like makes you stand out in the athletic worlds. Um, as well as like people that probably recognize you like as someone they would really want to idolize and support, as well as like Urban Kitchen, like
Yeah,
how
yeah. They
they,
reached out to me out of nowhere.
that is so
Yeah, but I'm glad
cool.
that happened.
That is
Yeah,
awesome. That is awesome. I have to say, out of all the plant-based areas in the country, I have to say like New York City probably has some of the best
yeah.
like
I've
plant-based
been a lot. I
restaurants.
feel like throughout all my traveling, it's been between New York, Vegas a little bit, and Houston. I just came from Houston because I was supposed to fight in Houston.
Right.
But yeah, Houston has this one restaurant that's pretty good, and Vegas got a few good places too. But New York, definitely, I feel like New York tops all
New
of
York,
them.
yeah. I feel
Yeah.
like I've never been to Houston, so I don't know. I lived in Austin for a little bit, and it's not that vegan. You can
Mm.
find some things, but I mean, yeah, I'm sure like it was probably really good in Houston when I came to like some restaurants. But I
Oh
want
yeah,
to,
for sure.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to like Planta here in New York?
What's
Planta
that?
Queen. It's called Planta. It's like,
Planta. I heard of that before.
yeah,
I might have
yeah.
been there. Is it like a deli?
No, it's more like Asian infusion kind of like food, but it's like a vibe. It's like a whole restaurant thing. Like I've seen some celebrities there actually. Like it's definitely a
I
vibe.
might
It's
have
like a
been there before,
nice,
actually.
yeah,
I
it's a
heard of
nice
that
restaurant.
place. I might have been there.
You
Yeah, but
might have.
I've
There's
been
one,
to a lot of places in New York. A lot.
yeah. Tell me
Yeah.
some of like your like your favorite vegan restaurants.
Well, I obviously I gotta put Urban
Yeah,
Vegan. I gotta put them up there. This
of
is
that.
top. I would say top three. I, that's kind of hard. Well, all right, Urban Vegan, and I'll put this new restaurant I've been going to. I'll say two: Urban Vegan and new restaurant that's called. Oh
Did it
man,
just
I
did it
forgot the
open
name.
recently? Or it's
Yeah,
like
I went
for
there
new?
recently. I forgot the
Okay.
name of it. It's a fancy restaurant. I forgot the name.
Uh, Labasque. It's kind of.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's one of their restaurants, Le Bassin,
yeah.
something like that.
Oh
That's one of
yes.
their restaurants actually.
Let me think. Is it
Forgot the
Mexican? What
name. It's
type of?
called Sentir
Sentir.
NYC.
That's the
Yeah,
Mexican one.
yeah, that one's pretty good.
By the way, I'm gonna let you know we're gonna be plugging all these restaurant names in here. We're gonna be
Yeah,
tagging them.
yeah,
They're gonna make sure they're gonna be
Sentir is pretty
known.
good.
Yeah.
The owner's called Chef
Guy
Guy,
Backman.
something like that. Yeah, he reached out to me and then he invited me out to the restaurant. Yeah,
First of
yeah.
all, I've met Guy Backman once, and he's like such a cool guy. He's like huge. Obviously, we know in like the vegan community in New York City, but he's so humble. Like
Oh
still to
wow.
this
I
day, so
actually didn't meet him though, because he wasn't at the restaurant.
okay.
He said he couldn't go there that day. But
Okay.
but I still was able to eat that food and it was really
No,
good.
it's
Yeah,
like the way
yeah,
he makes like food hit is so good. Like the taste, like even everything, like the atmosphere, like
yeah,
the creativity that goes into food. Like he really like has it on
yeah.
point. He really has it on point.
It's really
Yeah.
good. It's really good.
So I was going to say about that, it's so funny that you brought him up because I'm sure he probably wants to meet you too because he just seems like such a
Hmm.
humble guy. Like whether you're just starting out or like you're pro or anything, he just seems like he reaches out to a lot of people, and it seems like the way he wants to do things, he wants to just really make people aware of like good food that is plant based.
Yeah,
So I feel like
right.
that's what he does. I'm going to be interviewing him actually, I
Oh
think in like a
wow.
week or two. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
So
crazy.
I know, I'm super excited because isn't it funny how like the connections are there? Because the
Yeah, no.
community is really kind of small, but at the same
Yeah,
time, like everybody's in it for one reason, like for a couple of reasons that are similar, whether it's like passion to like show the truth about things, health, fitness, you obviously are in it for fitness, athletic ability, the health, but you're also trying to show it to people with your
right.
page. That's what it seems like to me. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's 100% right. I'm showing that vegans can do it in boxing. There's actually a couple vegans in boxing right now. It's
That's awesome.
I'm not sure if you know. He's actually from New York too. His name is Bruce Carrington. He's a vegan too. He's a I think he has one of the belts in boxing. He fights.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
he fights big, but he moved out to Las Vegas. He's one
Wow.
of the biggest prospects out right now. So
Oh wow. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, he's
I
pro too.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome. That's how old is
he's like 26, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
A little, yeah, older than you. I've never met him or heard of him, but that's awesome because I know obviously like in your like career, there's not that many that are
yeah.
plant-based.
It's not too many. It's
I
not too
know.
many.
How do people like perceive like how do people perceive that you're with? Like how do they perceive when you say like, oh, I'm plant-based? Like what do they
Well, a lot
usually
of people
say?
think that you can't get enough strength. Obviously,
Yeah,
they think that you can't get enough strength. But with the plant based diet, you could be doing it wrong. You could be doing it right. So
yeah,
a lot of times you just got to make sure you're on your nutrition. You can't just be a vegan and then eat anything
yes,
you want. So you have
yes,
to make sure you stay on top of your nutrition. But a lot of people obviously think that you're not strong enough or you're going to be
yes,
too weak to fight or whatever. But I haven't had that problem too much, but
yeah,
obviously, as I'm going into the pros, I have to get even stronger than I
yeah,
was in the amateur. So,
yeah.
because I'm facing people that's the last dude I was supposed to fight, he was like 28.
Wow. Tell me a little bit, like let's go back in time. Like I saw that it said 100, you had 160 plus amateur matches or bouts. Do you
Yeah,
guys say
so
matches or
as an
bouts?
amateur, like I started amateur when I was 9. I had my first fight when I was 10, and then
Wow.
from there, I just kept fighting. Like it's some of these tournaments, you fight 6 days a week,
Right.
every day. 6 days a week, every single day consecutively, and you're fighting. If you win, you go on. If you lose, you get kicked out.
Wow.
So I'm traveling to different states fighting. So the best boxer in every state goes to one state to basically battle out for a national crown or a national title, ranked number one in the country.
Yeah.
So you do
That.
that, and you just gotta keep winning, and the more you win, the more you fight. So
Right.
that's how I just kept getting those fights. Some days you got to fight five days a week, 6 days a week, and I'm fighting a lot in the amateurs. But now as a pro, you got to kind of slow it
Slow
down,
it down.
and now it's
Yeah.
more about building your recognition a little bit more.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you make the transition from going from amateur to pro? Like, what is it? What's the criteria to like get there? I know there's so many things that you need to do, but like, how many wins do you need to have? Like, how many connections do you need to make to be
Well,
recognized? Like, you started at such an early age.
one of the things that that's one of the biggest things you need is connections, experience. I would say connections and experience, and obviously you need the skill. But at the same time, to go pro, you don't. It's not as much requirements as people think, because
Okay.
there's actually people that go pro that doesn't have a lot of skill,
Right.
but they're just over the age of 18, and then they could just get their license or whatever, and you have to get approved by the commission, something like that. But yeah, that's all you really got to do. But to be successful is a different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be
Of course.
actually winning is a whole different thing. So you have to have the connections, the experience, and the skill to stay on that level and just keep
Wow.
going up. Yeah,
You need to be like all guns blazing on all ends, like
yeah,
everywhere to be at your level. And at your age, like, it still fascinates me
yeah.
that you are at this age, you're pro, and you've maintained being plant based, which I think is so cool. It's
Right.
just, yeah. So, how has it been like? So your dad, so a little bit in your family life, you're the one who wanted to be plant-based. You were like, and you weren't sure at the time why, you just kind of, you saw some things and you thought that
Yeah,
was good for your health, or did you just say, hey, I just want to try this as a younger guy person?
I think I saw it, and then yeah, I saw it, and then I don't know, I was just curious. I feel like I was just curious.
Yeah,
And I
you're
just stuck with
curious.
it for some reason. And then my dad did a lot of the research on herbs and stuff, what herbs
Right.
heal this and that. And then he started, because he had diabetes, so he started, healing himself with herbs.
Yeah.
So once he did that, then all his high blood pressure, diabetes, weight dropped, all of that just out of nowhere,
That's
just
awesome.
vanished.
That's amazing.
Yeah, all of that.
So what was his diet like before? Like before?
Before was fried fish, fried chicken, just the normal American
Yeah.
diet, fast food,
Yeah.
donuts, all
Wow.
that bad stuff.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
for him being like an adult at the time, it was he obviously still is, but when you turned vegan and then like he eventually made that transition, like after you were plant-based, how many years or did it take very quick for him to get onto that bandwagon, or did it take him a long
I
time
think
to
we
get there?
actually no, because I brung up the idea to him, and then at first he was a little skeptical. Then after that, like we just kind of went at the same time.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's
we
so
no, we first no, actually we turned vegetarian
okay.
for a little bit, maybe like 2 months. Then we went straight to vegan, straight
Very cool. Wow.
into it.
I was eating fish for like a good 10 years. Then I went vegan. So seeing you from literally a young person, a young kid,
Right.
eating everything that your family has always eaten their entire life, and you're used to this kind of lifestyle. And then you and your dad completely going from like eating anything, right? Because everybody's like, it doesn't matter, chicken, this,
Yeah.
that, whatever, however it's
Anything.
made, and then going vegetarian for only a couple months to vegan, like that's a huge transition. Like
Right.
that's crazy.
Right. Yeah.
You do
That's
not see a lot of people do that and stick with it.
yeah.
Stick with it.
We
That's
were
awesome.
consistent. We were just out of just straight away.
I love
Just
it.
straight away. We probably were vegetarian for a shorter amount of time, maybe a month or two, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could have been shorter, but
Yeah.
we really
Yeah.
just went full fledged on it. Just full fledged. We
That's
didn't look
awesome.
back, didn't turn back at all.
Right. Right. That's awesome. That's awesome. I
Yeah.
flipped you back around because I didn't have you flipped again because we
Okay,
have
that's good.
quite a bit of people on TikTok. So I know we're slow rolling on Instagram. I know that, but that's only because this is my
Yeah.
first live. But TikTok, I do a lot of lives on TikTok. So, and
Okay.
again, all this is going to be recorded. It's all going to be posted. So I'm really, really excited about
Yeah,
this. And
definitely.
like I said, you're my first guest, and I wanted you to be my first guest
Yeah,
because,
I
like
really
I
appreciate
said,
you for bringing me on as the first guest as a vegan
absolutely.
boxer.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, yeah, you really do
Yeah.
stand out. Like you stand out for all the reasons. So amazing. So you and your dad now. What about like other
Oh
family
yeah,
members? Anybody
my
else?
brother.
Okay.
It's me, my dad, my brother. My mom hasn't made the
Okay.
transition. My
Okay.
brother, my two brothers did it for a little. I have two other
Right.
brothers that did it for a little minute and then they stopped.
Got
But
it.
they still are more health conscious though. Now that
Good.
they,
Good.
yeah, they're still more health conscious now that they turned vegan and saw us like traumatically change. My dad traumatically changed out of nowhere with the diabetes and all that. So they're still being
Amazing.
health conscious. But
That's amazing.
yeah, right now it's just me, my dad, my brother. That's vegan,
Very,
fully
very
vegan.
cool. Very, very
Yeah.
cool. So just for the people that are going to see this interview, there's going to be like other people that might be in your dad's shoes, maybe a little older, who have like diabetes and heart disease, all the things that like regular American people are, the illnesses they have based on the diet. So tell me a little bit about like some of the meals that you both like to have, things that have really helped like change his health. Because when you were 10, you would obviously didn't have any of those things. You just,
Nah,
you've been
not at
healthy
all.
most of your life at this
Yeah,
point.
not at
So
all.
luckily, knock on wood, you probably won't have these things because you're plant-based,
Right.
but your dad suffered from so many of these things. So tell us, for like all the people that are going to see this, just some of the things that like you feel like might have really been like a turning point for his health in like a good way. The herbs that you were talking about, some of the ingredients or the recipes you like to make, because this will be some things that will be maybe eye-opening for some people that might be going through the same thing as he is.
Okay, so a lot of the things that I did,
Yeah.
that we did, when turning vegan, we really just substituted a lot of the things, and then we like say like rice and beans, we would do obviously I said chickpea and quinoa or
Right.
something like that.
Right.
And my dad would do a lot of herbs, a lot of herbs. Every morning we would wake up, do herbs,
Okay.
and then I would go to school, come back, and then after that, then we'll have our meal, and say we have a sandwich or something. Instead of regular bread, we'll use whole wheat bread, and I also like, let's see, like a normal day,
Mhm.
I'll say herbs in the morning, then I'll do around 1 meal a day. This is when we first started, herbs in the morning, 1 meal a day, and what it's called. We would make an omelet, but
Right.
it was out of chickpea flour.
I
And
love
there's
that.
a recipe called chickpea flour. Instead of omelets, you can use chickpea flour, and then also we substitute cheese with cashew cheese.
Amazing.
So even if we're making like pasta, we
Yeah.
use cashew cheese pasta.
Yeah.
We'll use the cashew, blend it up with
Yeah.
milk or whatever, and put that in the pasta. Or even with the omelets, we could put that inside of it. Spinach, cashew
So good.
cheese, walnut meat. We use
Love
walnut
that.
meat. Yeah. So that's like a morning breakfast type of thing. And
Right.
then in the evening for lunch or dinner, we could like we do a lot of quinoa. We do a lot of quinoa.
Mhm.
Kind of do
Yeah.
like stir fry. I like to use stir fry quinoa instead of stir frying rice.
Yeah.
Like the stir fry quinoa, and then obviously the pasta, and then add the cashew cheese instead of regular cheese. And you just really got to find your supplements. Really just got
Yep.
to find your supplements. We would we just make like vegan pizza out of the whole. It was like whole wheat dough.
Ugh.
We would roll it up, bam. Put the cashew cheese on that. We use a lot of cashew cheese, and then put the tomato sauce. So it's all about getting creative.
It is. It's all about
Yeah. So
getting
and
creative.
if you like fried chicken a lot, you can
Yeah.
do oyster mushrooms, which is
Yes.
very
Oyster
good.
mushrooms.
Oyster mushrooms
Love
are
those.
very, very good.
They're
I
so
love
good.
oyster mushrooms.
I
And they
love
say
them.
mushrooms are good for your brain health too.
Yes.
That's something you
Brain
gotta
food.
watch out for
Oh yeah.
in boxing too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I love that you linked that at your age. Like I'm very impressed by you because also you put yourself in a vulnerable situation. Boxing is no joke. It's
Yeah,
very dangerous,
it
you
gets
know, like
dangerous.
very, very. And like, you understanding how it's not just about the stamina. It's not just about, how many connections you have, but it's also about taking care of your body
Yeah,
when you're
because at
young.
the end of the day, you're gonna be retired and then you wanna
Yep.
be have a healthy life after boxing
Yep. And I
too.
love that you make that connection because a lot of people in their 20s and 30s do not make that connection. They think they can eat whatever they want because they don't know what they're going to look like or feel like in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. I've seen it. I've
Hmm.
seen the hospital. I've seen some young people, like I said, heart
It's gonna
disease, a foot
add up.
problem, diabetes. It's going to catch up, and
And a
it's
lot of
just,
people say they don't care
yeah,
or whatever. You only live once. You don't care. But at the
yeah,
same time, you only live once. You got to use this life and actually live it to your fullest extent. You can't just because when you're doing all that, and then there's people in your 40s, 50s. You in your 40s, 50s, you can be doing whatever, traveling or whatever. And there's people that's lost
yes,
limbs just because they weren't being healthy in their teenage years, losing limbs.
yes,
They're going to the doctor almost every week. They gotta like it's health problems, and you don't want to be dealing with that in
no,
your peak times.
no.
You could be having fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. It's amazing that you like see that full picture at your age because I'm telling you, people that are 10, 20 years older than you, they don't even see that. And it catches up. It catches
it
up. So
does.
you are setting yourself up for success for sure in your career, in your health, everything, your family, connections, everything, everything. And I think it's really amazing what you and your family have been doing for yourselves. I think it's awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're
Yeah, it took
welcome.
a long time.
I bet.
Took a
I bet
long
it did.
time.
Yeah. And I wanted to ask a little bit more. I know you're probably you have to go for dinner soon and stuff because I know your dad's making you guys some dinner. But what I wanted to ask you, because you keep bringing up herbs, you
Oh
keep bringing up
yeah,
certain herbs. So
very
tell
important.
me a little bit about the day, like the herbs that you have, like starting your day with your dad and how that helped him with his disease, like heart disease and diabetes.
Well, one of the herbs. Well, I'm gonna list a few of the herbs. A few of the herbs that he uses is like he likes to use like blood flowing herbs. Like I don't get no. I don't want to be too wrong, but
It's
because
okay.
I know he's really the professional on the herbs.
Okay.
But he was just actually this morning he had some fenugreek herb, and I think that's good for
I just
blood. I'm not
Just
too sure.
started fenugreek. I literally just started. I should have been doing this so long ago. It does a lot of other things too. Gut health, crazy good for gut health. It is strong though.
Yeah,
Sometimes it could give you
it's
a little
pretty.
bit
It,
of,
it tastes
yeah,
kind of weird.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's very good for you though. Fenugreek. Okay.
yeah, it
Awesome.
does taste kind of weird. But there's a lot of herbs that I don't know why I can't even put my mind to it. But it's a lot of herbs. You really got to do your
Yeah,
research on the herbs because the herbs is one of the best things for healing.
it really is.
Really one of the best things for healing. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's great for diabetes. Yeah, great for
really good for
diabetes. And that's
yeah,
probably why my dad been drinking it, so he doesn't
yeah,
get none of that because he had diabetes at one time. So
yeah.
yeah,
And so great to hear that like he's better now. That
yeah,
is
he's way
awesome.
better.
So
High blood pressure, diabetes, weight gone.
that's
None of that. He
really
doesn't have none of
amazing.
those problems no more with the high blood pressure. Nothing.
These are the things that I want people, everyday people, to see, because we see it on documentaries, we see the people, but they're still kind of like starlit people that you're like, can I relate to somebody like that? But when we hear accounts like you and your dad, like your dad reversing heart disease, the high blood pressure and diabetes and weight management just with herbs and plant-based food, that's what I want also people to see. Like that is so amazing that you have a personal story, your dad that probably now has added so many more years to his life, because if he
Yeah,
was moving the same way he was, who knows where he would be right now, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. The
It's
doctors, they were telling him they didn't want. At first, he was doing like pills and all that.
yeah.
Just and all those pills, all they're doing is putting the band-aid over the problem.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
yeah,
Raleek, you're so smart. How are you so smart at 19? That is literally what I say on my videos. Because as you know, I'm in medicine. You know, the whole health system that backs up what I do for a living is about pills and
right.
medication. Costly medical bills, insurance, and people are just more sick because they're just putting a band-aid over the issue. They're not fixing
Yeah,
the issue. They're putting a
right. And if
band-aid
there's a
over it.
way to cure it, why not even try to do it instead of just taking the pills?
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally agree. People have to have that motivation, and like you and your dad and your siblings have had motivation like that. I think that's just so very cool, very
right.
cool, especially
And it
when,
definitely has been hard because even a lot of times when I'm going to school parties or whatever,
yeah,
yeah, people eating anything, and you got to stay
anything.
disciplined.
Yeah, especially, yeah, and you have to, because being a boxer and everything like that, like you need to be very, no matter what, if you're eating vegan or not vegan, you have to be disciplined. That's just kind of your life,
Right.
that's just who your life is. Amazing. So now that you've been like, you've been vegan for so long, have you seen, like, how do you feel with being in your athletic ability and your progress and being plant-based? Like, how has that been for you? Putting the two
Well, a
together.
lot of the times, with my like, how does it tie into my vegan and the boxing, whatever?
Yeah,
Like, how does it tie? Well,
yeah. It
it
has to
ties
make you
in perfectly
feel.
because
Yeah,
like the energy you can get, the boost of energy with the different herbs and like say like beet juice, another thing,
yeah,
beet juice used for energy boosting,
yeah.
and all of that really ties into my recovery. Not only my recovery, but my strength, speed, and just being able to do things, and then
Right,
after I fight,
right,
I'm gonna recover way faster and I'm be able to train even harder.
right.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
that's very important.
It is. It's super important. It's
Yeah.
super important in your line of work. Like you need to be on all the time. You have to have that energy. You have to have
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah. It's not
Um,
only when you're fighting, you have to focus on after the
the
fight too.
the
And the
recovery.
recovery is definitely one of the things that I notice
Yeah,
with, like, even when I'm like eating a little too unhealthy with the vegan, because
right.
even with vegan you can get a little
Of
unhealthy. Even when I'm doing that,
course,
you can
like
still
anybody else.
feel like the next day you feel a little sluggish or you feel
Just
a
like
little more sore or whatever. But when
absolutely,
you really stand on top of your health and you really know that your
absolutely.
recovery is going to be on point.
Yeah, yeah. Have you been able to like influence other people in your industry,
Oh
like
yeah, definitely, because
meals?
even even just people like in my gym or whatever. they would come to the vegan restaurant sometimes, or they would ask me questions about like how do I manage it, what do I eat, and I have a few people that I know that transition to
That's
from
awesome.
being regular to, going to the
Yeah.
plant-based diet. And also they people on Instagram, they text me asking questions about what do I do to maintain my strength and my recovery with being vegan. And I feel
Yeah.
like even with my page, I'm just posting a lot of videos, so even people that I don't know probably are getting influenced, you
Definitely.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I saw you have 11,000 followers on
Yeah.
TikTok and 5,000 on Instagram. Seeing you, your age, what industry you're in, being plant based at this certain, like, you definitely stand out. So whatever you're doing is definitely working. Clearly, at your age, the skill, the connection, and like the way you take care of yourself has grown you into a place that not
Yes,
many
it
people
has.
go at that age. So very impressive. Very
Yes,
impressive.
it definitely has.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. I love it all. Well, Raleek, I'm so happy we got to do this. I'm so happy I got to hear about your journey, how you started, how things have changed in your life with your family, yourself, where you are now. And the last thing I want to end off with you is what if you have any take home points for people that are in the athletic industry or not when it comes to prioritizing your health, when it comes to maybe plant-based things, anything that you kind of want to like add that might conclude to something that maybe that you've learned from over your experience with everything, with all of that?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I would say don't just do anything you see on the internet or whatever.
Yeah.
Make sure you do your research, do a lot of research, and really see how your body feels too. Go by how your body feels. And if your
Yeah.
body isn't feeling right, obviously in the beginning it's not going to feel too right, but if it's continually not feeling right, then continue doing research and then switch it up a little bit, try something different, and see how you feel, and then go from there. Don't just jump on any new thing that's out there on the internet, because there's a lot of crazy stuff that people are putting out.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot. And a lot of people that maybe aren't, they don't have a certification and license or anything, and they're just telling people whatever they think. And everybody's body is different. Like I say in medicine, everybody's body is different. It's not a textbook. It's not 2 + 2 = 4.
All right.
Everybody's body reacts to different things, have different responses, can tolerate certain things. So great advice coming from
Yeah.
you, especially that you've clearly been in the game
And
so
the
long and have
same with
tried.
herbs too, because
Yeah.
sometimes when we take like sometimes when my dad's taking an herb, like
Mm-hmm.
it'll work for someone
Right.
else, and then for me it'll work totally different. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's
yeah,
so true. It's so true.
yeah, yeah.
Um, I love that. Thank you for the advice. I really, really, really love that we ended it off with something that you could give other people, because people are going to be watching this. And I think that seeing somebody, your age, what you do, it's going to be eye opening for a lot of people. It really will
I
be.
really appreciate it.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you.
And we'll see your journey. I'm so happy we got to become friends. Like I said, if you're okay with it,
Yeah.
I am gonna be posting on YouTube if you're cool with that, and definitely clips on Instagram and TikTok. So you'll
Okay.
see.
Also, I saw somebody ask me where can they see me box. You can just watch me on my social media, youngvegan_boxer,
Awesome.
and you can look me up on Google, Raleek Born. Everything will pop up, my interviews, everything, my fights. RALEEKBORN, and youngvegan_boxer on Instagram.
And maybe we'll do another interview later on in a
Oh
couple
yeah,
months or years,
I'm
see how you're
definitely down.
doing. I'm
Ye-
so down. I love it. I
Yeah,
love it. I love that we got to connect on here for sure.
yeah,
For sure.
yeah. I'm definitely down, and we're both
Awesome.
from Brooklyn, so maybe one day we can go out to a
A,
restaurant or something.
a thousand
Yeah,
percent. I have so
yeah.
many good places. What you need to check out, I don't know if you have or not. It's definitely not like a macro, good for you kind of meal. But if you're dying for pizza, you want really good vegan pizza, Paulie Cheese
Oh,
all the way.
I
All the
never
way.
heard of that one.
You need to check out Paulie Gees. It's so good. They got a
Oh
deep dish,
wow.
and they do like a vegan crumble protein sausage on there.
Oh
And
wow, I
I'm
never heard of
Italian,
that
so
one.
I'm gonna let you know when I know good pizza.
Yeah,
All
I never
right.
heard of that one.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But I would
Yeah.
be down to like go do any kind of vegan spot
Yeah, then
with
we
you.
can.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Raleek, thank you so much. I'm so happy. My first live
Yeah.
guest, Raleek Born, young vegan boxer, and I will see you later, my darling. Enjoy dinner tonight, and we will definitely be talking soon. I'm totally going to be tagging Chef Guy Vacnan in this because he will be an interview coming up later because you already talked about one of his restaurants, Sentir,
Yeah,
and
right.
also Urban Vegan Kitchen. We got to make sure we got to tag all of our homies,
Yeah.
all of our friends.
Yeah.
Really, thank you so much, and we'll talk soon, okay, my darling?
All right,
All right.
definitely. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, have a nice day.
You too.
All right.